Warning. The following video will contain language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, the views and opinions expressed here are not those of the official Megacon company or those of Geek Goddess. That's very appropriate for me to say here. It's important, and there was a reason why. I'll get to that. If any of these should offend you, please stop watching now. Hey guys, it's me, Dave. And, well, I am currently recovering and getting back from the worst Megacon experience I have ever had. And a big part of that is thanks to the Megagalactic party put on by Moshi Moshi Productions. See, I'd heard a lot of bad things about MMPs, parties and stuff, about things being too crowded, things being a bit of a cluster and stuff, and I really did not look forward to going, but I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. You know, just on the off chance. I didn't really want to go, but I'll try it. Oh my fucking god, this was horrible. I mean, the line situation, apparently people were complaining about just at the beginning. I had pre-bought my tickets, thanks to some lovely, homegirls of mine from Geek Goddess. Thank you so much for that. You guys, were the best part of this whole situation. And I do not blame Geek Goddess at all for the experience that I had. So, like I said, that's very important to say. But apparently they were letting people in both that had prepaid as well as had not yet, and they were doing it pretty much at the same time. There was confusion at the lines. It was a cluster just trying to get in the damn thing. And then when I got in there, okay, exactly what you don't want during a day, the after party, if you're going to a convention where all you've been doing is running around and you want to try to have fun, you want to try to enjoy yourself. No. It was so packed in there, it was akin to being herded like cattle. It was so crowded you could barely move, much less breathe. I tried to move to where I thought was a slightly open spot. Slightly. Turned out I got pushed away because it was the VIP area. So someone paid extra money to get a little bit of extra room, which was interesting because I could barely move in there. It took a bit just to try to get from one part to another. I couldn't get to the bar to get water. Now, it's important to be able to be hydrated so that you can enjoy yourself there. I couldn't even do that. Forget about any place to sit down. The best thing you could do is to try to go outside where the smokers area was and lean up against a stoop, because that's about as good as you're going to get. It was so crowded in there that it wasn't enjoyable. The music, now, some people might complain and say that, well, if it's too loud that you're too old. No, it was... the din of it was just overwhelming. You can barely hear anyone next to you. You would have to step outside if you wanted just to be able to catch your breath, much less have a conversation. There were some dancing and party and thing going on there, and the girls tried, but the vibe I got from the place was that it was not a friendly vibe. It was not a good vibe. It was too packed. Not to the point where everyone wanted to get in there to fully enjoy themselves. No. It was akin to being herded into a geek-themed slaughterhouse, is what it was. And that's just not enjoyable. And to be honest, actions speak louder than words. And the overall vibe I got from the place was that we know what's fun, we know what's cool, we'll tell you what that is, we're going to do that, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out. But it's okay, because at least we got your money. Guys, one of the worst things you could do to someone in the geek or nerd or fan community is to make them feel like they can't enjoy themselves. They can't be who they are. They can't be part of it without feeling like the outsider. without feeling like they don't belong. The overall vibe I got from the party at Moshi Moshi Productions was that I wasn't welcome among my own people. Let me emphasize this. The overall party I got for $25 of my money that I'm not going to be able to get back was, we'll tell you what's fun, we'll tell you what's cool, we'll blare it, we'll jam you in there. If you don't like it, you're not welcome there. But we've got your money, no refunds. I felt like I wasn't welcome among my own people. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been to some adult-oriented geeky parties before. The superhero party at FetishCon a few years ago comes to mind. See, that was fun. That was warm, inviting, welcoming. And it was full, but not to the point where you couldn't move. It was full because people wanted to enjoy themselves and be around the atmosphere. And there were also places to fucking sit down. Not like the one at Moshi Moshi Productions. Not with the club that they had at the Rosen Plaza. Not so crammed in there that someone should call the fire marshal because it was a goddamn hazard. Guys, I've had good times and bad times at Megacons. I tried to get over them. A few years ago, I went to Megacon and my vehicle broke down, costing hundreds of dollars and me missing not only Friday, but part of Saturday, including the DC photo shoot that I wanted to be in and so part of. I want to be part of that so much. I missed it. Megacon 2015 was worse, and the party at Moshi Moshi Productions was the main focus of why it sucked so bad. It was the worst thing for me to experience ever at one of these conventions. You made me feel unwelcome. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. Now, here's the interesting part. I've heard other people talk about the same thing. I've heard, the person saying that, no, it sucked. One girl said, I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it. And it was crowded. But it's like people were going along with the crowd. Peer pressure. If there's one thing that should not be involved in a geek-themed party, is fucking peer pressure. That this is the place where you have to go because someone said so, not because it's enjoyable. You capped off one of the worst weekends ever of my experience as a fan and geek. I can't get that back. I know that people tend to talk about these things, and I've heard people complain, but when I type in things like, like Moshi Moshi Productions review or Moshi Moshi Productions suck, I'm not seeing a lot. I see the odd thing here and there, and it's almost as if a production company is drowning them out. Not doing anything to listen to people. Only doing what they say is cool. Trying to do what they believe is right. But I don't see any changes being made. No positive changes to make things better, to make things more enjoyable. Personally, in my own opinion, I think that Megacon should contact the people that put on FetishCon so they can do a better party than you guys. And that way people can see what it is. It was an annoying geek-themed rave at one point, is one way I could hear it best described. And it's almost as if you guys are counting on young, new blood that don't know what a good time is to keep you going, because the actual people that understand this don't want to, and anyone that feels like if they don't participate in some way, then somehow they're out of their social circles, that doesn't belong at Megacon. People should feel like it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's inviting, you can get your geek on, and some people were. But I just found the entire experience to be miserable. Hell. It was not good. So now if people type in the word Moshi Moshi Productions sucks, they're going to have a place to come to. My video. I don't mind reviews. Like I said, this is my opinion. But I've heard other people have the same opinion. Now people will have a place to come to. I hope that the people behind Moshi Moshi Productions listens and does something to fix it, to try to make it right. But like I said, guys, actions over words. And what you made me feel was I never want anything to do with you guys again. Ever. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. I will not recommend it to any of my friends. Hell, I'll tell them to stay the fuck away from you guys just to save them the time and money. That's what you made me feel. And you made other people feel that same way, if not other reasons not to enjoy things. It's not good. There's a loud majority of people that are going along with it just to say, yeah, it was fun, whatever. But there is a minority that needs to be listened to that have genuine reasons to complain. And I don't believe that their voices are being heard. And that's why I made this video. Not just for me, but for them. Because I care about what other people feel. I care about trying to make sure that people enjoy themselves and not feel like they're no longer part of the fucking crowd. I don't want any blank expressions saying, I'm sorry, you're not having a good time, and people not understanding why. I'm tired of that. You guys need to listen. You guys need to fix things, or eventually people are going to get wise, and they're not going to want anything to do with you anymore. It's becoming too damn cliquey. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. And if you don't do something about it, then, well, if there, heaven forbid there ever is an emergency there, man, because the fire marshal would shut you guys the fuck down like that. That was the experience I had. It's too crowded. It's not enjoyable. And it borderlines even on not being safe in some cases. Please. Listen to what I'm saying. Try to make things better. Because as far as I'm concerned, you are never getting my money again. Even if you guys did do refunds, a refund isn't going to make this right to me. You can't make it right to me. Oh, by the way, in case you guys feel like turnabout's fair play, this review is brought to you by the Book of Biospiritual Yum Yum Goodness. I wrote and self-published this. I talk about a lot of things, including getting over depression, which I had a fucking relapse at your goddamn party, but trying to get over it. So, this is something I created. You can find it at CreateSpace, Amazon, and a lot of various bookstore websites. You can order it through them. So, if you guys want to spend money to check out something that I created and have an excuse to either enjoy it or do your own review and bitch about it, by all means, at least it's fair. Yum yum. So, guys, like I said, I hate feeling miserable at a fucking convention where it used to feel like it was my second home. It was my geek mecca. It was my place to go to feel welcome, to be among my people. And the vibe I got at the Moshi Moshi Productions party, Megagalactic, 2015, was that if you're not here to enjoy yourself by the standards that we've put down, then get the fuck out. Oh, but thank you for your money. Have a nice day. Please change what you're doing. It's not good. And eventually, I think more and more people are going to start seeing this. They're going to start talking. And a lot more people are going to start looking at it in my way than being forced to feel what the popular kids are saying. Please change and make it fun. Thank you. Peace. Yum yum.